Greetings to you from wherever you're watching us. This is the midweek edition of Sports This Morning. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
And I'm Cecilia Mobe. And we're starting with this one, talking about the FIFA ban on Nigeria. Just 6 days. That's what the World Football Governing Body has given Nigerian Football Federation. Of course, Nigeria to actually sort out its own crisis, so to speak, leadership tussle. If not, Nigeria will be banned. But the good news is, when it happened, where the girls are participating at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, it will not affect them. They'll just continue playing in that tournament.
Okay, some silver lining there. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, we'll be able to sort things out and not get into trouble. So, 6-day ultimatum from FIFA. Sort yourself out or be suspended indefinitely. All right, let's move on. Still talking about football. I'm talking about the girls that Cecilia hinted earlier. Christopher Danjuma, the coach of Nigeria's Under-20 women, the Falconets, says he wants to play in the final. He has 2 hurdles to cross to get to the final. We're talking about the quarterfinal, the semi-final. He's not talking about those 2 hurdles. He's talking about the final. Are you with him? Let's see.
Let's see if he's going to get that. But then just focus on Spain first, which is on Thursday, 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Also on the program, we'll be going to Estonia in Tallinn, where Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid will be up in the UEFA Super Cup. Madrid derby it's going to be. And our coach Diego Simeone has been saying that this is going to be a very emotional one for them, knowing that, well, he's suspended for this game on the touchline.
All right, that's it. But we're not going to be starting from there this morning. We'll go there much later on the show. We also have some people who will be giving us some perspective, talking about the UEFA Super Cup. But we start this morning from home. Let's talk about the rebranding of the Governor's Cup. Cecilia, you were there, you were at the press. A lot of important information was given out to the media and by extension, the public.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Governor's Cup Lagos Tennis Championship, but now it's going to be known as Lagos Open International Tennis Championship. That's a pictures coming from the press briefing yesterday at the Lagos Lawn Tennis Court right there at TBS, where you have the likes of former Nigerian Tennis Federation President Chuka Momo. He was there. The tournament director also there, and this is the logo where it was unveiled. And the essence of this, it's because they're trying as much as possible to ensure that from maybe 2020, it's going to turn into the Challengers Circuit. That's the aim. That's the reason why you have this new logo right now. So this is more like a transition process for the organizers.
And that will ensure that you attract top players.
Absolutely.
If you get that status.
Absolutely, that's it. I mean, that's even the main reason, because according to International Tennis Federation, the fact is that the Futures event will no longer attract rankings and also sponsors. So because of that, so those Futures events will have to transit to Challenger Circuit. And Challenger Circuit, of course, we know the high ranking point from 500 and all that. And not only that, top players like Serena Williams and Novak Djokovic and all that. I mean, the prize money is right and all that. They might just, come for it. That's the essence. But then the thing is, it's going to take up to 18 months process for them to be able to achieve that. And with what Lagos Lawn Tennis Court has been able to do over the time is the fact that they try as much as possible to ensure that facility-wise everything is okay. Let's just listen to the vice chairman of the LOC talking about what they intend to do this year and the reason why they want to do the transition from the Futures event to a Challenger Circuit.
They are moving the tournament up to the Challenger Circuit. A little step after this, and we will be having the likes of Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, the Williams sisters, Serena, etc., coming to our shores to compete. The process of transiting to the Challenger Circuit will take about 18 months. We are all here today to witness the first visible step in that direction. The branding of Governor's Cup Lagos Tennis into Lagos Open and the launching of our new logo.
Yeah, you heard everything from him. This year's event is going to start on the 29th of September And of course, it might just be, well, the last one. We'll see what's going to happen next year. But then, the tournament director talking about Wale Oladunjoye, Prince Wale Oladunjoye has also been talking about the main reason why they even have to switch, because everyone was actually, Yemi, talking about the fact that what happens, at the Futures event, we know how difficult it can be, but you moving to a higher step, difficulties involved in it and all that. But I think it's got answers for us.
There is a need for tourism and sports with youth to be able to continuously be attracted to Lagos. Lagos Open is destination. Let me also quickly mention here, Governors Cup Lagos Tennis is the gateway for what you are seeing all over the sports. Before I left office, we make sure with the former commissioner Aniton Shodi that let us put some sports in place. I'm happy the Lagos Marathon is on, the taekwondo is on, the table tennis is on. We have the badminton. They're all taking a cue from Governors Cup Lagos. I think we have stayed in the doldrum for too long. As about 5 years ago, we were able to bring the Williams sisters to demonstrate. We want to bring them now to compete. We want to bring them now to compete and compete on the Cup of Lagos. I think we deserve it. The players also deserve to be where things are happening.
Yeah, Lagos is the place to be. Lagos is the center of excellence, and Lagos is the place where things are happening. So the reason why they want to keep attracting top players, we saw what happened, at the ITTF Challenge Nigeria Open, where you have, after a while, 5 years after, you have Bruno Quadri winning it. So, I mean, when these things are done, top players are coming to Nigeria, we know how good that will be. But then facilities is key.
Of course, the benefits, I mean, you can't quantify it, and I guess that's why they're telling us all of this. And, people will start asking, okay, you want to do this, it's big. What about the facilities that you're going to use? What about logistics? Are you going to be able to take care of all of those things? And we've been presented with an answer to some of those questions that you will be asking when the status now is higher now. Let's listen to the Lagos Tennis Club president talking about Gbenga Lafa, explaining what's going to happen, the facilities, what they've been able to do with it over the years, and how sure they are that when the status is achieved, they can be able to accommodate and, host a successful event.
The Lagos Lawn Tennis Club has continued to demonstrate its preparedness to provide the best in terms of international graded facilities and conducive ambience in the premises, as well as detailed and concise logistics, all to the entertainment and security of all, geared to host the successful Governors Cup and to achieve a world-class tournament. Indeed, all our 9 tennis courts, on which players will train and compete for honors in this year's event, have been recently refurbished to international standards, while a general facelift of the club premises has been completed, and we are literally set to welcome the world to an enviable environment.
All right, so that's good. It's heartwarming, and the assurances that you need, to herald big events. And we've shown capacity here in Nigeria. We've shown capacity that we can do this, and this is good. Following the queue, all of those classics happening in Lagos, putting us on the map for the right reasons. It is very good. All right, let's also listen to veteran journalist and former president of the NTF, talking about Chuka Moma, talking about the challenges and how good all of this is for the country.
Once there is the will, once there's the financial muscle, the players will come. I mean, if the facilities are there, the laws are held up, the players will come. The players want to earn not only money, but they want to earn the all-important ATP points. So it's not, and because this has gone on for about 18 years, there's already established records, established ways of doing things. And of course, with the support of the government of Lagos State over the years, since the first edition, when I was then chairman of Nigerian Lawn Tennis Association, it has done well. It has come a long way. So I don't think there will be any problems with stepping up. Until Andy Murray won Wimbledon, the last winner was Fred Perry in 1936, something like that. Did that stop the All England Club from organizing Wimbledon? No. And it's the same even with the Australian Open. It's the same with the French Open, probably was. Nadal is winning the tournament almost every year, with the French Tennis Federation then refused to organize No, it doesn't matter. That should even be the spur for the local players to aim higher. And not just the local players, mind you. We're talking about kids. Kids in primary schools, kids in the local government areas, kids in secondary schools. If this serves to ignite the psyche of some of them, if 10,000 kids are able to see snippets of this tournament on television in primary schools around the country, and from those 10,000, let's say 500 get to pick up a racket and start playing tennis. If within that 500, 5 become champions, that's a lot. That's a lot. So it's not just in terms of if the players here can't win the championships, it's okay. In the future, that will happen.
All right, talking about the unquantifiable benefits of achieving that challenger status, and we're on the road now. Everything has started. Everything is in motion. Talking about the possibility of bringing the top stars, Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, and having kids see them. Those kids probably later on in life picking up the racket. Some of them becoming champions. They will stop saying South Africa's Kevin Anderson and Nigeria's so and so. Hopefully that's going to happen in the nearest future. All right, let's travel abroad, and talk about Cincinnati Masters and all of the updates that we have from that tournament.
Yeah, and we'll start with Roger Federer, how he was able to cruise to a fantastic win over Peter Gajowczyk. Roger Federer is making his first appearance, since what happened the last time. I'm talking about the exit from Wimbledon, the quarterfinal stage. No one expected that to happen, but somehow it happened for Roger Federer, Wimbledon defending champion. He was out in quarterfinals and all that. But Cincinnati Masters, he started well, beating Peter Gajowczyk 6-4, 6-4. Which was really good one for him, right? Because for Gajowczyk, he couldn't even convert any of his 5 break points on this fast hard court.
The Swiss Maestro is moving towards winning this event for the 8th time, so we'll see what happens. He's going to face Leonardo Maia in his next one. Well, I'm used to seeing flawless performances from the Swiss Maestro, all those backhand strokes, the way he attacks the baseline, the way he controls the game without even coming towards the net, just staying on the baseline and dictating the shots, taking the points. And I'm always impressed with Roger Federer, and no surprise, he has taken his time out to rest, and he's enjoying the benefits of resting and going on to win. Another man in the news for the funny reasons, Nick Kyrgios.
Before we go to him, well, you have the man in the picture here, Shapovalov defeating Kyle Edmund, who is seeded 14, 6-4, 7-5. He produced a superb range of shots to actually beat the guy from Great Britain, completing victory in just 1 hour, 53 minutes. Not just, almost 2 hours. That was pretty tough for him. 6-4, 7-5 going into tiebreak, but somehow Kyle Edmund didn't have answers for the 19-year-old. Okay, from there now, that's when we talk about the guy you said who is always in the news, sometimes for the wrong reason. But this about Nick Kyrgios, no, it wasn't really like a cheeky one, you would say.
Deliberate?
I mean, no, it wasn't. I mean, he had his...
was drama all the same? I mean, look at this.
He had his
a tennis player without his shoes. Get to the court and say, what? Where were my shoes? And, well... It was all smiles, and his opponent couldn't believe it. How will you come to the court without your shoes?
I mean, he thought it was just inside
I thought it was in my bag. I thought it was in my bag.
It wasn't there.
And he got someone from his crew to get the shoes. Well, the shoes didn't have any bearing on the final result at the end of the day. Lost the first set, but just got to it, won this game. Nick, he's a great guy. I mean, some are already saying that the future probably belongs to him and the Dominic team and all the others. But we need to start seeing him show it.
Yeah.
This is a good opportunity. And he beat his opponents, like you have there on screen. Lost the first 6-7, but won the next 2 7-5, 7-6.
Yes.
Nick, good one. I hope he doesn't get injured. That's another thing. There's always a problem for Nick. All right, let's go on a break. When we return, still 1 or 2 updates from the Cincinnati Masters, a little bit of Formula One, that will go straight into the big one, talking about the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Women's Under-20 World Cup. Join us.